The Galaxy movie just hit theaters from Universal. It's the sequel to the original Super Mario film, which came out in 2023. Once again, things seem to be doing well in the Mushroom Kingdom, which is led by Princess Peach, voiced by Anya Taylor-Joy. She has her friends with Mario and Luigi, once again voiced by Chris Pratt and Charlie Day. Toad, played by Keegan-Michael Key, and as a prisoner right now is Bowser, played by Jack Black. But in this film, the Mushroom Kingdom and the entire universe is on the line as Bowser Jr., voiced by Benny Safdie, kidnaps Rosalina, another princess who's voiced by Brie Larson, in order to not just destroy the Mushroom Kingdom, but also to save his father, Bowser. Also in the movie is Yoshi, making his debut after being in the post-credit scene of the last film. He is voiced by Donald Glover, among another really stacked voice cast. The film is an hour and 38 minutes and is PG. Welcome back, everyone, to Max Talks Movies. My name is Max Enberg. This is my review for the Super Mario Galaxy movie. So, I was definitely excited for this film. If you're new to the channel, I did an ad-feed reaction and review of the first film a couple years ago, and I grew up playing Super Mario on the Wii, on the Nintendo. Like, I just grew up playing Super Mario all the time. And so I'm very nostalgic for the franchise. And I thought the first film was way better than I expected. It's not like this unbelievable film or one of the best animated movies I've ever seen, but it put a smile on my face. Very similar to the Sonic films, where there's not like great meat on the bone story wise for these franchises, but you just want to please the fans, have a good time, put a smile on your face, and have all the families be happy. And that's how I felt after the first Super Mario film. And I will say, while I do not like this movie, definitely do not like this movie more than the first film, I still had a smile on my face for the majority of the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Just like the first film, the film is gorgeously animated. It's actually jaw-dropping, some of the animation feats, because not just are they doing actual like the 3D animation that they use for the franchise, but they also use some other animation tools, which I'm not going to spoil how they use them, but they're very unique in how they convert from the animation we know and some new types of animation, which I found really enjoyable. The voice cast continues to be terrific here. As well. And I think if you're a massive fan of the Super Mario fan, or you're even a casual, like it reminds you of being a kid, this movie definitely did that for me once again. I felt like I was a 6 or 7 year old on the Nintendo Switch or on the Wii playing Super Mario all the time. And that's a great thing to feel, which I don't really feel that often, like feeling like a 6 or 7 year old kid. And it's a great feeling to have. And I do feel that when I watch both these first two films, because this movie is a lot of fun. There are a lot of Easter eggs, music cues for die-hard Super Mario fans that I was picking up on throughout the entire film, which I think enhances the experience. Not that you miss out too much on some references if you've never been a part of this franchise before, but if you have been on the journey, there's a lot of fun Easter eggs, references, stuff in the background that I found thoroughly enjoyable. Easily the best part of the film is Bowser, once again voiced by Jack Black, and Bowser Jr., voiced by Benny Safdie. Easily, when they two are on screen, it feels like that comedy magic that was there with the first Super Mario film. They are hilarious. You care about them. Bowser steals every scene in this movie. He is by far and away the best part of the film, but I think Benny Safdie as Bowser Jr. was also a lot of fun. But sadly, as I said in my Adafita reaction, this movie definitely disappoints, as it's definitely not as good as the first film. And that said, with sequels come, we're introducing so many new characters: Yoshi, Rosalina, Bowser Jr., as well as a lot of other new characters I don't want to spoil because some of them have been spoiled in the trailers. But if you haven't seen many of the trailers, I'm not going to spoil it. But there are so many new characters, worlds introduced in this movie, which means we have so many different subplots and plot lines going throughout the film. And because it's an hour 38 runtime, rightfully so, this film doesn't have enough time to keep up with every single subplot that's going on throughout the entire film, to a point where there will be complete character arcs and subplots that happen in the beginning of the movie and then are forgotten about for the next hour. And then you have to remember that this is a current plot line going on in the movie. In particular, Princess Peach is a pretty forgotten character in the middle of this film. There's parts where you forget that she's even in the movie, and then she popped up back and goes, oh yeah, she kind of has to be in the movie. She's going after someone in particular. But there are major characters that feel completely left out. Like Yoshi's a fun person to have with the group, but I thought there could have been a lot more stuff they could have done with Yoshi in the movie because once he's in the group, he's just another person on the group in the group for the ride. And I said, there's just so much going on. But for me, my biggest issue with the movie is that it just doesn't go for any heart or real messaging with this movie. At least in the first film, I said, not a breathtaking, unbelievable story, but they really did a good job with the heart of the story, which was this brother relationship between Mario and Luigi, setting up for that big, emotional, heartfelt third act of the film. This movie doesn't do that at all. There's really no time to settle down and have some heart to heart, or even some just messages throughout the entire film, maybe for kids. This movie's just trying to have, it definitely feels like a fast food animated film. A film that's a lot of fun, that you get a lot out of. There aren't those memorable story moments or character moments that you got in the first film that lingers years on. So this is definitely for me, not like an awful sequel that a lot of people are saying, but I do wish they could have done a better job making this, if not better than the original film. So I'm giving the Super Mario Galaxy movie a 3 out of 5 stars, guys. I am going 62% for the new entry into this Illumination Nintendo franchise. What are your thoughts on this film? Let me know down in the comments section. Like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys in another video, guys, very soon.